Out of all the tattoos that I have, when it comes to healing, the leg is the most difficult and annoying piece of the body to properly heal. That being said, I went through all of the trial and error so you don't have to. Every part of your body will heal differently when it gets tattooed, and the leg is no exception. Each part of your leg will also heal different. For example, you're not going to heal your knee tattoo the same way you would heal a thigh tattoo. So with that said, in this video, we are going to go through how to properly heal a new tattoo on each part of the leg, the most effective way. And if you have any questions about healing a leg tattoo that I don't cover in this video, you know where it is, the comments down below, leave your questions and I'll answer them there. Now, in my opinion, depending on where you go and get a tattoo on your leg, you're going to be using different types of healing methods to go about healing that tattoo, because the leg is so weird that you really can't use one single healing method for the whole leg. Let me explain. I have found that there are two of the best ways to heal any type of leg tattoo. The first one would be what I call is the traditional way of healing a tattoo. Once you leave with your new tattoo at the shop, you're going to have it wrapped up. You're going to keep that wrap on until you go and get home. Now, once you're home, I recommend removing that wrap. A lot of tattoo artists will say keep the wrap on, but that wrap is only to protect your tattoo from when you leave the tattoo shop to when you first get home. So remove the wrap and then just let the tattoo air out for a little bit. Think about it this way. Your skin has just been put through torture and it's really irritated and probably red and hot. So what I like to do is just let it breathe before putting anything on it, and even before washing the tattoo for the first time. I usually let it air out for about 30 minutes. Then you want to get some unscented antibacterial soap, some clean paper towels, and whatever tattoo healing product that you have. Now, the one for the early stages of tattoo healing, I recommend using Aquaphor, but A&D is also one, and there's a bunch of tattoo healing products out there. So pick whatever one that you like. And now it's time to wash. So what I usually do is wash the tattoo 3 times a day. And what I will do is I will use some lukewarm water, not too hot and not too cold. Wet the tattoo first, suds up your hands with the antibacterial soap, and then make sure you're washing that tattoo really well. You don't want to be too harsh on it. You don't want to be scrubbing it or using your nails. Just gently massage the soap throughout the whole tattoo and making sure that you're really cleaning it, removing any of the excess blood and plasma that may be on the tattoo from, getting it done. Then make sure you wash off all the suds. Now, what I do when I wash off the tattoo is I will use some cold water, because that will then end up closing up your pores and helping trap that ink into the skin better, which will then make your tattoo look more vibrant later on. If you end up leaving some of those suds on a new tattoo, the soap can end up drying out your skin, drying out the tattoo, and that's something that you don't want. So give it a nice rinse. Then you go and grab your paper towels and dry the tattoo. Make sure you're drying it completely. Now, what I like to do is I like to literally just pat the tattoo, be really gentle with it. It is an open wound and it's not going to feel that good at the time. So I like to just pat it with some brand new paper towels. Do not make the mistake of using any type of washcloth or like an actual towel, because those can end up holding bacteria that you do not want anywhere near your new tattoo. So clean paper towels are the way to go. Then grab your Aquaphor and apply a thin layer to the tattoo. You don't need a lot. If you add too much Aquaphor to the tattoo, it can prolong the healing process. It can suffocate the tattoo to where it will clog your pores and you'll end up starting to get pimples on that new tattoo and those things that you just do not want. What I also like to do to ensure that I only have a thin layer of that Aquaphor is that I'll apply it throughout the whole tattoo, and then I'll grab another clean, never used paper towel, put it over top of the tattoo one more time with the Saniderm on it, and then just peel it off once. Peel off the paper towel only one time, and then go and make sure I massage the tattoo with the Aquaphor on it. That paper towel trick will make sure that you only have a thin layer on there. I learned that trick a while ago and it's a beauty. And you're only going to continue this process 3 times a day for about 3 days. Typically, new tattoos will take about 3 days to get to the peeling stages. But I found with the leg, you know, the upper leg, it is around that 3-day mark. But if you're getting something more on the lower part of your leg, that usually takes a lot longer to heal because of the fact that there's not really that much blood flow down there. So just keep that in mind. If your tattoo's not healing as fast as I'm saying it should, like 3 days, it's most of the time it's because of that area. The lower part of the leg is an absolute nightmare and it takes forever to heal. Now on day 3, you'll notice your tattoo's starting to get a little dry and everything. So you're still going to continue to wash it about 2 to 3 times a day. But instead of using the Aquaphor, you're going to use an unscented body lotion or an unscented tattoo moisturizer and just moisturize that tattoo until it gets fully healed. Now with the traditional method of tattoo healing, there are certain areas of the leg that I recommend using that, but I don't want to spoil it yet. Let's get into the second way I recommend healing a tattoo for the leg. Now, the way that I healed up most of my leg sleeve was using a second skin product like Saniderm, for example. It is a lot easier than using the traditional method. It literally is just a shield around your new tattoo, and it really saves a lot of time and it heals your tattoo faster. But the way I use Saniderm is a lot different than everybody else. And this was, again, through trial and error. And I'm going to explain to you how you should be using the Saniderm. So let's just say you just got your new tattoo. You're walking out of the shop. The artist is going to put that clear wrap on it. You still want to leave that on till you get home. Once you get home, take off the clear wrap. And then, again, I still let it air out for a little bit. That first day when you come home from the tattoo shop with the new tattoo, I continue to do like the traditional method, but only that first day. I'll wash it once, I'll dry it, I'll put the Aquaphor on, but then the day after, that's when I'll grab my Saniderm. And you might be thinking, Mike, why didn't you just put the Saniderm right from the tattoo shop? Like, why wait 24 hours? Well, you hear a lot of bad stories about people getting allergic reactions from Saniderm. And a lot of times people will get reactions from the Saniderm based off of the plasma that's being trapped under the Saniderm, you know, excess green soap that wasn't properly washed off that your tattoo artist used, or the adhesive itself. So waiting that 24 hours, you're giving it a good clean to remove that blood and plasma, and the tattoo itself got a chance to just like cool down a little bit before you're putting that Saniderm on over the new tattoo. Stuttered there a little bit. Now that next day, I'll wash my new tattoo. I'll make sure I dry it, and you want to make sure that it's completely dry or else the Saniderm won't stick properly. But I won't apply any type of ointment or anything. I wash it, dry it, and then I'll apply the Saniderm to the area. And you leave that on for about 5 days. You don't want to leave that on any longer than that. Now with those 2 tattoo healing methods, on the leg, for the upper half, the thighs, the outer thigh, just a whole thigh in general, I will recommend using the second skin product like Saniderm and using the method I just explained. The reason why I feel like it works really well on this area, it's a nice flat surface, it doesn't move that much, and you don't have to worry about like your pants or your underwear or whatever the case may be rubbing up against that new tattoo while it's healing. Now if you're moving down the leg to say like where your knee is and the knee ditch, I did try to use Saniderm for this area, but I felt like it was just more of an annoying process than anything, because your knee, when you're walking, it's going to be constantly moving and bending. And with the Saniderm, it does stretch a lot, but I found out that I had to worry about it quite a bit, and it kept peeling up and it just wasn't working. Now, if you want to use the Saniderm and just keep your leg straight, by all means, you could do that and it'll work fine. But for the knee and the knee ditch, I definitely recommend using the traditional way of healing. So for the lower part of your leg, you're going to need to do a combination of both in my opinion. So I will mostly use the Saniderm because again, it's a little bit thinner than the upper thigh, but you could still put Saniderm on the lower leg and it worked perfectly fine. But it heals a lot slower, like I said, due to the lack of blood flow on that part of the body. So what I'll do is I'll heal it, I'll put the Saniderm on, I'll leave it on there for about 5 days, and when you go and remove it, it's still going to be healing. It's still going to be like flaky and all that stuff. So then I'll switch over to the antibacterial soap again, making sure I wash it and, you know, moisturizing it with a tattoo moisturizer like Evolve Tattoo Balm or, you know, any unscented lotion. Voila, your leg tattoo is healed. Now, The next thing you want to do is to make sure that tattoo is looking awesome for days, months, and years to come. I recommend you going to check out this video right here on how I keep my tattoos looking fresh, and I'll see you over there. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.